It is very, very annoying, provoking, as well as disgusting when you hear some news in Nigeria. My people, look at this headline. Islamic Morality Police, Hisbah, arrest youth for not fasting in Kano. Hey. So, if you are living in Kano, whether you are Muslim or whether you are Christian, or you must do fasting with them. Is this not evidence to show you that we are not meant to be together? Like, these people have their own law, like what is guiding them. Like, they are kind of in their own country, my people. And the people are campaigning for one Nigeria. It's like we all are kind of pretending. We know very well that we are not meant to be together. We are not one, my people. We are totally different people. Not only that, they close all schools in northern states in Nigeria just because of Ramadan. Mind you, they did not close shops, markets, offices. All those things are still going on. But they close schools. Why only school, my people? This to show you that these people are kind of in line with what Boko Haram is preaching. Because Boko Haram is against Western education. So what are we saying here, my people? What are we saying? Is this one Nigeria you people are campaigning for? Like, this is crazy. You are not even allowed to practice whatever you believed in Nigeria. Then you need to be forced to belong in what you don't even want to belong, or believe in what you don't want to even believe. Is this not madness? Are we really supposed to be in one country, my people? Why are we pretending and deceiving ourselves? A country where we have different laws for different tribes. What a country. My people, just take a look at this video and hear what they said concerning this matter. Please don't forget to subscribe if today is your first time here. Share the video and also give me a thumbs up. Thank you so much for doing so.
In another news, so many people has been arrested in the northern Nigeria, especially in Kano State. The number is up to 60 persons, and among them are 22 Christians. What is their crime? They are not fasting for Ramadan. They are not fasting for Ramadan. That is the reason why they arrested them. Who arrested them? It's not Nigerian police. They are Sharia police. They call them Hisbah, or moral police, people who make sure that they enforce morality. But that morality is based on what? It's based on Sharia law. So you as a Christian, you can't stay in Kano without obeying Sharia law. And some persons don't still understand the reason why we clamor that Nigeria should divide. They don't still understand, because their interest is just, let me talk so that people will call me a good person. There is nobody that will come out to say that you are patriotic, seeing someone being forced to do what other religions are doing that you are not among. Tell me, including you watching me, a lot of you don't believe that the separation of Nigeria is the solution. But can you be forced to do what you don't want to do? Or you people don't reason? I don't understand. Some persons don't still understand where we are today. Now, among these people who were arrested are not only people who violated the fasting rule on the March 1st when the Ramadan started. Now, a lot of them were also arrested. Among 9 people who were arrested for their haircuts, the way they cut their hair, they said they did not cut their hair well, they put aggo, they put this. Among the 9 of them arrested, 6 of them are Christians. If we talk about the persecution of Christians, people think that we are religiously biased. No. We talk reality out of issues. We don't bend words, we don't bend issues. We are just finishing, we are still in the process of discussing about the issue of school closures that the Christian body have taken them to court already. But these issues are not supposed to be. We are meant to be brothers in different borders. We are not supposed to be in one country. And the one that made me laugh was, according to the news I received, his name is Ekelechi. He's driving keke tricycle, in Kano. So he put female and male passengers at the back. That was his crime. They arrested him. How many years are we going to continue like this? You see, I know the fear of people is war. We shouldn't only believe that we can separate through war. We can separate it. What we need is understanding. We are not meant to be one. We are brothers that are supposed to be across borders. I have been in Cotonou. I have been in Ghana. I have been in all these places. We live peacefully with them across the border. What is the essence of staying in the same border where we don't even want to associate with anybody? This is a crime against humanity, and I think the urgent action should be taken, because the rate at which people are suffering in the northern Nigeria because they don't belong to one set of religion is absurd. It's not supposed to be, and it's condemnable. This should have never happened once, because these were the things that led to the birth of Biafra Republic. These are the things that led to the birth of Oduduwa nation agitation. I know that people who are affiliated to politicians, people who are affiliated to people who owns big businesses all across Nigeria, once you talk about these things, they will be afraid because they don't want to lose what they have. But you are doing that at the detriment of your future generations to come. Just imagine 5 weeks, nobody should go to school, including Christians, because other people want to fast. But during the election season, we are fasting. Nobody stops up. No, we don't stop everybody. We don't disturb everybody. These are the issues we are talking about now. Let's go into the details to understand what I'm saying better now. Islamic Morality Police Hisbah arrest youths for not fasting in Kano. Several youth men have been arrested in Kano for allegedly failing to observe the Ramadan fast. The arrests were carried out by operative of Hisbah Board, the State Islamic Morality Police. According to officials, the individuals were accused of not fasting on the first day of Ramadan, which began on March 1, 2025. Speaking to journalists, the board's deputy commander, General Dr. Mujahideen Abubakar, confirmed the arrest and reiterated the agency's commitment to enforcing Sharia law throughout the Ramadan period. They are boasting that they must continue to enforce Sharia law throughout the whole Ramadan period in the northern Nigeria. I ask again, do you still believe that Nigeria is one? Do you still believe that we ought to be in one country? No, absolutely no. No. When I mean no. I am a secessionist. I believe Nigeria can disintegrate without war. I believe Nigeria can disintegrate without any problem. We should not be living as one. We should be living as brothers across border. No matter the kind of English people who have fake knowledge could tell you. I am telling you this directly. Don't let anybody deceive you. We can be one. Forget about. Don't let everybody to divide you by religion. Those people knew about all these things. They can't say it because they want to be politically correct and all those things. The disintegration of Nigeria is the future. Don't let anybody tell you countries who disintegrate, they are not at peace. Are you at peace that you are being arrested for not fasting when you are not a Muslim? For cutting your hair, you are being arrested. A man hustling because he's not from that place, he was arrested for carrying two people, a male and female, at the back. What sort of rubbish is that? No, we should respect them. We should respect every religion. Every religion, we should obey their law. I am not saying these people should not enforce Sharia. They should enforce it on a divided Nigeria, Northern Nigeria Republic. Don't force it on people who are not your religious people. This is unfair. It's unfair. Now, let's continue with the article. So in a separate operation, the board reportedly arrested around 60 individuals for having what it described as indecent haircut. Okay, Sharia reporters is reporting 60, but what they told me was 9, so that you will understand the massive difference now. Okay, 60 persons for not cutting their hair well, citing violation of Islamic law and local cultural norms. This is insane. Now, additionally, commercial tricycle Keke na Pepe riders were apprehended for allegedly mixing male and female passengers in their vehicles, an act the board has vowed to prohibit. Now, maybe there are a lot of them that were arrested, but the one that gets to me because it affected them wrongly was Kelechi, who is riding Keke na Pepe in Kano. He was arrested for carrying male and female. I don't know how people will continue to play blindness to, a nation that's supposed not to be one, forcing it to be one in blindness. Now, in March 2024, listen, the Kano State Hisbah Board Department of Public Enlightenment arrested at least 11 Muslims for eating during Ramadan fast. This one now specifically, it was Muslim they arrested. Now, let me tell you the reason why I said I don't have problem if they're arresting only the Muslims. If they're arresting only the Muslims, I don't have the problem in the sense that if you're a Muslim, you're supposed to pay allegiance to your religion. You ought to pay allegiance to your religion. It's your religion. Nobody forced you into it. So you have to respect the norms of your religion. So if they arrest you as a Muslim, they are correct. The reason why I keep on saying this is because they ought not to arrest other people from other religion. It ought not to be so. Everybody now, the whole nation is quiet. Nigeria Bar Association can't talk. Everybody keeps quiet. Nobody will stand for you. Everything we get. These are the things they wanted to implement in the Southwest, of which they will. They must implement it. And after implementing in the Southwest, they will try to push it elsewhere. When you refuse to say now, time will come. You can't talk again, because if you talk, they will behead you. They will call it blasphemy. Hisbah spokesman Andawa Fage confirmed the arrest to the BBC, stating that the individuals, including 10 men and 1 woman, according to Fage, they were released after swearing an oath not to intentionally skip fasting again. So people who were arrested, for eating, they carried them to go and swear oaths. Yes, they are Muslims. Okay, they can swear oath if you are a Muslim. But if it is from other religion, that is the evil going on in Nigeria that people should know. Okay, now this is what this Hisbah says. So we got 11 persons on Tuesday, including a lady selling granite who was seen eating from her wares, and some persons alerted us. Hisbah spokesman that were Fage told the BBC. The other 10 were men and were arrested across the city, especially close to markets where a lot of activities happen. He added that the search operation will continue, but said that non-Muslims were exempted, and that is a lie. That is the issue why I started making this video. Non-Muslims were not exempted. Now, about the issue of eating, those who were caught eating, they didn't tell me that a Christian was among them. But people they arrested just for so many other things, for fasting, for not fasting, and so on and so forth. Majority of them are Christian, and it should not happen. For cutting your hair in the way that you're not supposed to cut it, majority of them are Christians. It's supposed not to happen. Okay, it is wrong. Now, say, we don't arrest non-Muslims because this doesn't concern them, and the only time they could be guilty of a crime is when we find out they cook food to sell to Muslims that we are supposed to be fasting, he said. Okay, because I really want to understand this well. Does it mean that the Christians they arrested are cooking food to sell to Muslims, and how is that a crime? Because at the end of this, what he told the BBC, it seems that he's just trying to play the sense game. We don't arrest Christians unless you cook for Muslims, you are selling food to Muslims, we arrest you. It doesn't make sense. Release the Christians you have arrested. Okay. Now I asked them to compile the names of affected persons to me, and I will forward it. I know the person I'm going to forward it to there in Kano State. So what I'm saying is that every other person that is not Muslim, they should desist in arresting them. It's not fair. Either they cook, according to what he said, that those people who cook to sell to Muslims, that they are the only one they are arresting. Either they cook, they didn't cut their hair well, they carry 2 people in the keke. Do not arrest people who are not part of your religion. Okay? Do your things in peace. Do it with anybody, your fellow Muslim. Nobody have problem with that. But as it affects others, it's the problem. And I applaud the Christian Association of Nigeria for taking these governors to court, for closing Christian schools for 5 good weeks. 5 good weeks is about 2 months. You close down school for 2 months because you are fasting. So you want to rob every other people, you want to rob every other religion. This thing must stop in our generation. We are saying that your people can continue to do this, but in a divided Nigeria. I have ever believed that Nigeria cannot continue like this. Let's be brothers, but across the border. We'll do trade together, we can visit places together, we can go to Qatar, we can go to Turkey, we can go to Egypt, we can go to Saudi Arabia, we go to everywhere, we enjoy being there. And we still come back. We do business, we visit, but we can't continue to be affected by what does not concern us. This should stop now.
Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN, has criticized the decision by some northern state government to close all schools during Ramadan, calling it counterproductive. CAN expressed concerns over the disruption of education in a region already struggling with high rates of out-of-school children. The association argued that the closures affecting all school levels would threaten academic progress and deepen the existing education crisis, with out-of-school rates averaging 44%. CAN also lamented the lack of consultation with stakeholders before the decision was made. In a related development, the National Association of Nigerian Students, NANS, issued a 72-hour ultimatum to the governors of Bauchi, Katsina, Kano, and Kebbi states, demanding the reversal of the school closure. NANS called the policy a violation of students' rights and threatened mass protest and legal action if the decision was not rescinded.
Well, joining us now is Dr. Sam Amadi. He is the director, Abuja School of Social and Political Thought. Thank you so much for joining us on Newsday.
Thank you, and good afternoon, or good evening.
Now, Dr. Amadi, is there any justification for closing schools during Ramadan, especially when you consider that such practices are not observed in Muslim-majority countries like Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates?
I've struggled to find justification, and it's clear to me that there's none. Again, let's sit back. I'll start by saying, look, we've had several Ramadan fasts, and they're never an issue. Interestingly, Nigeria seemed to have this period where when the Pentecostals finish their fasting, some 100 days, some 30 days, they will have the Ramadan. They will have the Orthodox Christians do the Easter fast, committing the Good Friday and all that. So it's like a blessed period for Nigeria. And it goes with a lot of harmony. Some of us who probably are not Muslims partake in breaking the fast, joyful. So there's really no dispute at all around this. For many years we've done this. And the Nigerian government has been fairly equitable in according holidays to religious groups, primarily Christians, Muslims, for various birth of Prophet Muhammad, birth of Jesus Christ, blah, blah, blah. Some of us may argue that perhaps there are too many holidays, but it has been equitable, it has never been an issue. So I think this is a very unusual and reckless, irresponsible, in my view, actions by these governors for three reasons. One, this action, the closing down of schools, has nothing to contribute to the quality of the religious experience itself. So this is not a case of people disputing over the fast, the theological basis for it. This is a case of something that is extraneous, unrelated. So, for example, fast has started. People are fasting, they break their fast, they go to mosque, they pray, they break in the house. So just no issue. So it's really unfathomable. And this just plays to perhaps extreme populism, sometimes political leaders. And again, this is not driven by the Supreme Council of Islamic Society. It's not a case of some imams, religious leaders in the Muslim faith coming together to agitate for 5 weeks. So it's basically from nowhere, state governors. And so that's a mistake. So this is not, Khan is not challenging religious institution, the Islamic religious institution. They are challenging a secular authority that wades into a religious event, namely fasting, and turn it into a public policy to affect rights of third-party citizens. So, for example, in those states, there's no Muslim or Christian state in Nigeria. That's constitutional, number one. No president, no governor in Nigeria, by the authority of Section 10, is a Muslim Christian governor, irrespective of your own personal faith. And I think that Nigerian politicians are very good at contriving conflicts in the name of religion. This is
all right, Dr. Sam Amadi. We know that there's still so much to talk about, but we have to really be conscious of time. And so I'd like to know why Khan is the prominent voice, especially in this agitation. Where is the Ministry of Education? Especially when you look at the curriculum released by the National Ministry of Education, it's not in tandem with what the State Ministry of Education has released, especially looking at this 5-week break because of Ramadan.
Well, good question to ask. I mean, Khan shouldn't have been the one shouting, really. Minister of Education, because again, this is also usurpation of federal power in terms of some of this curriculum. Again, there are private schools that are going to be affected. There are also religious schools that are going to be affected. So Khan has 2 points of view. One would be the issue about freedom of religion, because if the freedom of religion, what we call the non-establishment clause and the free exercise clause, which the U.S. Supreme Court has talked about several times, means that first, that no action of government should be able to promote one religion or against the other. So from a Khan perspective, to shut down their education facility for 5 weeks because you want to provide support for a religious fast or event is a violation of Section 10 and Section 38 of the Constitution. Second perspective, Khan. So Khan comes first from the fact that arguably the members of Khan, their rights will be infringed by virtue of they run schools, in those states. Secondly, the fact that by using the state resources to mingle with religious affairs, you have violated the Constitution. And I think thirdly, they can argue that as part of a respectable platform, is their responsibility to advocate. So if you go to court, they're going to go have local standard. But more important, I think what the Federal Minister of Education, even Mr. President himself, probably has the power and responsibility to intervene. And this is the point here. This has nothing to do to support, and that's how we started with the Sharia Islamic court in Zamfara. A governor, to play a political wage against PDP then, threw up this from nowhere. It led to so much crisis. So this one is basically in Saudi Arabia, Indonesia, the biggest Muslim. Nobody has ever done this. 5 weeks of no schooling. Now people ask, okay, what is special about school that contradicts fasting or undermines fasting? Not shops, not businesses, not offices, just schools. And so it's in a region where a major challenge, 10 points above national average in terms of school enrollment, out-of-school children, poor performance in every indicator of education. That is the least thing you would think about. If this had value for the fast itself, it would have made sense. Totally senseless and provoking.
Very, very provoking indeed. My people, this is one Nigeria we are talking about. So it is time for us to tell ourselves the truth instead of pretending and deceiving ourselves. So my people, as I bring this update to you guys, don't know what you think. I would love you guys to leave your thoughts in the comment section as always. Subscribe if you haven't, share the video, and also give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much for doing so. Yes, I'm going to see you guys in my next update. Goodbye for now.